American Airlines was cruising toward a merger with U.S. Airways until this morning when the Justice Department dropped a bombshell. The U.S. Attorney General is suing to block the merger, and Texas has joined that lawsuit. Here's the issue. Fort Worth-based American is trying to get out of bankruptcy and sees the merger as its best option. But the Justice Department thinks it's bad for customers, for passengers, driving up airfares by cutting competition. Fox 4's Phil Alvarado at DFW Airport. Phil, was it a big surprise to both airlines?
Oh, it definitely was, and to the employees, nobody saw this coming. This is the 59-page lawsuit from the Department of Justice. It's a pretty strong blow to the people involved in this merger, but the people in North Texas, what really makes it hurt for them is that Texas is part of this lawsuit. But both U.S. Airways and American Airlines have said in statements that they are digging in. They're ready for a pretty tough court fight, and American still hopes that they'll come out of this with a new American Airlines.
Like an unexpected storm, the DOJ lawsuit puts American's merger with U.S. Airways in a holding pattern. The suit says the merger would diminish strong competition among major airlines and lead to higher ticket prices and fees for customers. In the complaint, joined by 6 states and the District of Columbia, including Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott, the DOJ says the airlines are saying what they believe needs to be said to pass antitrust scrutiny, adding there is no reason to accept the likely anti-competitive consequences of this merger.
Well, it's a double standard in many respects. You've allowed Delta Northwest to merge, United Continental to merge. We believe that in order to compete, we've got to reach that critical mass that both of those industry giants have right now, and that means a merger with U.S. Airways.
A statement from American and U.S. Airways says they will mount a vigorous defense and pursue all legal options. American CEO Tom Horton, in a letter to American's employees, says not to expect the merger next month as originally planned, but to prepare for a court fight that could take a few months.
I think it's very, very serious.
Economic analyst Alan Needham says because Texas and other states have sided with the DOJ, the lawsuit carries a lot of weight. And once the DOJ gets down to specific on what it wants in court, it could make or break the deal.
As they hear what those concerns are, the airlines will have to say, okay, we can address those, or no, those are deal breakers, and we're going to have to walk away from the table.
DOJ's initial concerns revolved around slot divestitures in Washington Reagan Airport. We thought that we had addressed those, and apparently they were unacceptable to the Department of Justice.
In a statement, Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott says the merger creates the potential for reduced airline service to several of the state's smaller airports that are currently served exclusively by American Airlines and American Eagle flights.
It boggles the mind that the Texas Attorney General would sign on to litigation that essentially destroys jobs in the state of Texas.
A merger by American Airlines and U.S. Airways would put the headquarters of the largest airline in the world in North Texas.
Now, the different states involved in this lawsuit, including Texas, are in it for different reasons, but in almost every case, it's the question of competition. In some cases, there's questions of overlapping by the two airlines, so there's a real concern over the new American Airlines from this merger having a monopoly. In other cases, states have an advantage right now because of U.S. Airways or American, and they're afraid of losing that. Clarice?
Phil, lots of moving parts here, but what is the end goal of the lawsuit for the Justice Department? Is it to modify the terms of the merger plan, or is it to kill the plan altogether?
Yeah, that's the big question. Is it something that they want to fix or something that they think should just go away? We can't tell right now what kind of specifics that the DOJ would come up with in a federal court, but in just their own filing today, they say over and over that, U.S. Airways is profitable, that American Airlines has had a couple of good quarters, and that they started out wanting to be a standalone airline, so why not do it now? American has said that, yeah, they may have wanted that in the beginning, but it's just not sustainable now.
Of course, we're going to stay on top of it. Phil Alvarado reporting live. Thank you.